Hello. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. I looked at a little bit of Table Mountain this morning, and this is the timestamp right here. I've seen several people in there, probably around 14 to 16 people. But we watched these strange looking clouds coming in with windows, big long windows, and of course there are beings in there. But look at this. Now, what clouds are made like this? Okay, is that normal to see protruding out of a cloud? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But these are the type of clouds that went over Cape Town at Table Mountain this morning. And look, I'm going to tell you something about this. There's always like all of this stuff going on periodically throughout the day. And I think when these things occur, it's like UFO activity, extraterrestrial activity is occurring at Table Mountain when that happens. Let me just see that. It looks like a great big face right here. I hope there's no jagged teeth in that. I really do. Oh my goodness. I wasn't going to get on here because I didn't fix my hair or anything this morning. I've been kind of lazy. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Well, I try. I really do. I really do try. Let's look at this. So this is Table Mountain. And you know, there was plenty enough people on there and they should have been able to get some good pictures. They really should have. So it isn't normal, but I was trying to look at this face, if I could see some jagged teeth on here. I'd like to see if I could. No, I can't really see anything, but I can see the windows and I can see that, okay, this is not a normal ship. There is one thing I would like to say about Table Mountain. I'm beginning to think that it is also an interdimensional portal too. I really do think that because it was really strange this morning. This section of the mountain had certain designs on it. This section right here, and look at that shape. This section, and then if we were to go over here, it got also this tip. I think it's also an interdimensional gateway. I really do, an interdimensional gateway to other worlds. But I know looking at this is not normal. At all, it isn't. And you know it's not normal. Now, can you imagine looking up in the sky and you're seeing a cloud with this sticking out of it and you think, okay, that's a normal cloud. And I wonder if they even have a name for it now. I really wonder what type of name do they give for clouds with big long windows in it, is what I'd like to know. With big long windows and things protruding out of it. Now that's a feat of science. You know, if you can get a cloud to do that, if you can get a cloud with another cloud protruding out of that, that's something. It really is. And this shape right here that literally went into that area. Well, there are underground tunnels at Cape Town in Table Mountain. And I also heard, I've never heard of this before. I never heard of this before. The Inky person, Inky Enlil, when I first started hearing about them back in 2018, I was taken aback. I thought, oh my gosh, how can you say such a thing? Yeah, when I started hearing about them, I didn't know what to think. I never even heard any history of them before. But the story goes that Inky, South Africa, like the cradle of civilization, there was gold there. And they would mine the gold and stuff. It's like a base for, yeah, the Anunnakis. Okay, the Anunnakis is where it's at. So, but this looks really cool, you all, because it really does look like something happened right here. And like a big UFO kind of did something right there. Look at these other windows. And this right here looks like a being. But yeah, this is not normal, and this is the timestamp on that. And you know, I've been seeing a few posts saying, well, I live in South Africa and I live in Cape Town and there is no such thing going on that mountain. I never see anything. You're making all of this up. I'm sorry. I'm just going to the live webcam and I'm just looking at what's in the sky, and South Africa is not the only place where I can find these great big ships with big windows. It's not. It's all over the world, but this is of particular interest to me. So we're gonna close. I want to see if I can close this one out, you all. And I don't mean to sound whatever, but it does bother me because people will not take the time to go look for themselves, even though when you share something, they won't even go look. They won't even entertain it. But there's something going on. Oh yeah, I really do think that it's also, I lost my train of thought, a interdimensional place where interdimensional beings can travel to and fro. I really think that because there are certain portals in the world. Now this is, let's see, was that A2059? What was the other one? A2057. Did you see my screen do that all of a sudden? Yeah. Yeah, they are fearful because, you know, it's fear of the unknown, but you know, we've been doing this since 2018, and it's good. It's good to get out there and get as much information as we can, as much data as we can. This isn't normal, you all. You shouldn't see ships with this protruding out of them, big clouds. And this area, I watched the whole video, well, a few hours. I skimmed through, and this was the only time I seen that shape cover that area. There was a time earlier, like later around 10 o'clock, it looked as if I seen one of those, was it the hexagon? Like the outline of a hexagon right here. But yeah, I just want to look at these for a moment. These are just some of the screenshots I took, and you can see the timestamp at Table Mountain. You can go there. All you have to do is type in Table Mountain Live Webcam. Okay, when I first went to the Table Mountain Live Webcam with the webs, they had like only around 859 people. Now they're up to around 2,200 subscribers. And I think that's wonderful because more people are visiting Table Mountain because they're curious about what's going on in South Africa. So I would encourage you to go there too. Hit the subscribe button because they got some interesting things happening. And it doesn't matter whether they're extraterrestrial. People are going there looking for anomalies or aliens or ships. It doesn't matter. The main thing is we're going there, and this is a big landmark. It really is. It's very historical. A lot of history tied to it. A lot of history tied to Table Mountain. A lot of things went down. And I believe there's a lot of history still yet to be made at Table Mountain in the very near future. I really do feel that. So yeah, let's look at that. So what was the timestamp on that? 8/20/59. I got sidetracked again. Yeah, I do believe that it's an interdimensional gateway also. Yes, the Anunnaki. That's right. That's true. See, now if you go there, you're going to see this happen quite often. And then that's when this starts to occur. That, to me, this is what I feel. When you start seeing this occur, because it's not like normal interruptions on your live webcam. When you see this occur, then the timestamps start having missing timestamps because something's going on at Table Mountain. So yeah, there's a lot of missing timestamps because a lot of activity is taking place. And if they didn't like do that and block it out, you'd really see some sights is what I think. You'd see a lot of things. So that's 8/21/21. Yeah. I really do. I like looking at this, and if I'm not careful, it will consume my whole entire day, and I won't be able to function as a human being. Doing what normal humans do. I won't be able to do that. But yeah, I feel that this is like an interdimensional gateway to, because these beings in the clouds, these ships in the clouds, I think they're interdimensional. They're like a parallel world right next to ours. Is what I'm thinking happens. Yeah, it's right. It's exactly right. Let me flip this around. So yeah, it's interesting. It really is. But we know that this, you know, if you look in here, there is a giant head with eyes on each side. And I wish I could find the one video, the one picture that I took, because it was perfect. It was a giant reptilian head on the top of the clouds. and you could see the brow line, the nose line, and then you could see jagged teeth. I want to find it, but I don't know if I'll ever find it. I might find it. If I find it, I'm going to show you. I will show you it. Yeah. So yeah, it's not normal, you all, because look at this. And I'm getting probably tired of saying it's not normal, but I just want you to know it's not normal clouds. It's not. They're ships, and I believe some of these ships are interdimensional, but yet when they come right here, they enter our dimension. Okay, that's what they do. They enter our dimension. But one day I have a feeling that they're not going to stay in their own dimension. They're not. They will stay in this dimension that we're in. That's what I think they're going to do one day. We're going to look up, and there they're going to be. You won't need no special camera or anything. Yeah, you won't, because they won't hide in their own dimension anymore. Look at this. So this is at 8:21 timestamp 2 at Table Mountain. Oopsie, I'm sorry. And I have to apologize for using this phone. You know, if you have like T-Mobile, I received a text message about T-Mobile, and they have all these new rules and stuff. Look at this, like a little gray head. The do's and don'ts of using your phone for certain activities, certain things. If you do like more than 50 gigabytes in a 2-pay period, you're in trouble because you're using excessive data and you're not saving enough for other people. But you can buy special plans to cover it. So look at that. There's some kind of being right there. See these, it's not, the mountain shouldn't look like that, but this thing shouldn't be coming out either. It's like a ship. It's like the top of a ship. If I could get that at an angle. No, you're going to see my keyboard if I do that. Yeah. And I did invert some of these pictures. I really did. So it's still at the 8:21 timestamp, you all. And I haven't done anything to this. Oh yeah, this is something I wanted to show right here. Looks like a great big long black ship showed up. See, and when you watch this, see, it's got this activity happening too. When this activity is happening, then there is something else happening in the background. And this long ship showed up, this long black ship. And I actually inverted that image in another folder. But look up here. This is like windows is what it is. Let's go here, you all. I hope this is okay. I've been wanting to get on here, but then I had a few things I wanted to get done today. I did. So I did. That's how it happened. Yeah, so let's, I wanted to find a little heart, but I didn't. No little bitty heart. See these doors? They're looking out. Yeah, so this would be that long black ship. You may say, well, that's just a big old blur in the screen. Well, no, it's really a ship is what it is. Let me flip this around. I don't know if I've got it open in the inverted mode. I don't, but I'm going to go to my inverted folder so we can see that in the inverted mode. If I can find it. I think I can find it. I think I can. It's like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I thought I could. Yeah. That's how it goes. I'm trying to find it. I promise I am. If I've even got it in here. Well, the one thing what I am seeing in here is like the clouds. See, what clouds look like this? What clouds that you look at have big openings like this in the inverted mode? They don't. They don't. Because there's something behind them and protruding out. And look at this area that coming out. There's like things in it. There's things in the clouds, you all. There really is. So let's see. So I inverted the picture. So here's the long black ship. This really does. It looks like a massive ship. It literally stretches all the way that way, all the way through here. And there are big beings in these ships. Great big giant beings in the ships. This won't let me move it over so you can see the inverted view. of this ship that shows up. That's about as good as I can get it. It just, because they have such technology that they try to block out everything so you can't see what's going on. That's what they're doing. They block it so you can't see what's happening in the clouds. Let me flip this around. Yeah, I've took some other footage, but I haven't went through it because I want to live my life. On a different note, I did have to go to my mother's last night. My stepdad called and said her breathing, her blood pressure bottomed out, like 60 over 34. She got really weak, and she literally felt her spirit leaving her body. She thought she was going to die. And you know, with all this stuff going on at the hospital, if you go to the hospital, no one can go in there with you. You get dropped off at the hospital. And she didn't want to have to go to the hospital. So she sent out a prayer request. And then I went over there and I took my little oxygen thing to check her oxygen. And her oxygen was good. And I told her to drink maybe some pickle juice to bring her blood pressure back up. I think she had probably a mini heart attack or something. So she's supposed to be getting that checked out. But yeah, it's terrible that you have a condition and you want to go to the hospital, but you know what's going to happen. You get dropped off and nobody gets to see you, and you die in that hospital all alone. It's sad and it's wrong. Okay, but my mother's doing good today. Her blood pressure's back to normal. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just don't like what they've done because it's inhumane with what they do to everybody. You can't be with your loved ones when they need you the most. You can't. So that's beside the point. So yeah, let's get back to these. Yeah. So yeah, I have a life too. I do. Like everyone else, we go through things. Even if you heard some sonic booms, you know, I have this one friend in South Africa. She remembers hearing things also, and I think she does live in Cape Town. But I've been trying not to contact her in case somebody in her family contacts her and they find out that I'm on her YouTube or Facebook page and they give her a hard time. That's not nice. It really isn't nice because some people are quite protective, is what they are. So this is what they do when they've got UFO activity, extraterrestrial activity happening. These start showing up is what happens. And you can tell that this would be something that would be happening, yeah, with these clouds. I'm going to see if there's any more that I've got on this section that are worth noting. No, not really. Just strange looking clouds, it's all. Nothing out of the ordinary, except this, just right there. Yeah. So with that being said, I did want to get on here and I just want to show you that these clouds, they don't look normal, you all. They don't. There's something going on. There's still, I think it's actually an interdimensional portal. Also, look at that. Is that not cool looking? It really is cool. And that mountain don't always keep its shape. Isn't this so neat looking? It is. It really does. It looks like a face. And then this shape right here. What are the chances of a cloud or a beam of light pinpointing this area and taking on that shape? What are the chances? You know what it reminds me of looking at it right now? Reminds me of a stargate, that shape. It does. It reminds me of a stargate right there. Yeah, I think that is scientifically impossible for the clouds and the light to get over that area and form that shape. I think it's impossible, but not spiritually impossible. If you're thinking about portals and dimensions and stuff, it's not impossible. It really isn't. I'm learning that if you see it, it's quite possible. We're liable to see all kinds of strange things. We really are. Things that we never even imagined before. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, it's not normal. It isn't. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's very distinct. It's like, how can you, I had some people say, this is, they said, this is bull, S-H-I-T. She photoshopped that. Well, I don't know how to Photoshop, and I don't own a Photoshop. But then I put the timestamp. I didn't hear nothing else back. I didn't hear nothing else back. Don't be telling me I Photoshop and stuff, because I don't need to do stuff like that. That'd be dishonest. All you have to do is show the real thing. And what this is interesting too. You can see the edges of a ship and or ships right here in the white from the other dimension. They're interdimensional ships too. Right here, these are small white ships. And I think one went inside of here. That really does look like that, because there are no white things during the daytime on Table Mountain. There isn't. Not at all. So these are interdimensional. So I'm just going to say it. I think it's also an interdimensional place, portal. It's very sacred, extremely sacred, and it's got a lot of energy here, a lot of sacred energy, dimensional energy, spiritual energy at Table Mountain. Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like the star people. Well, there could be melanated beings. There are melanated beings. They really are. I've seen them, like the brown heads, and some of them are kind of tan. Susan Donahue, thank you so much. Some of them are kind of tan. Some of them are like a grayish color. And I don't think that they're the grays, because these are too big. You know that there were giants in the land. That's what it said. There were giants in the land. And I think they still are. They are coming back. The Anunnaki, you're going to see them. You are. But there are good beings too. You're going to see the good beings also. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around. It really is. Yeah, absolutely. And if you have, what did I read about? Back in the ancient days, our ancestors, they were able to tap into the spiritual realm. Okay, they were able to tap into the spiritual realm before it all became taboo. And I don't know who decided it was taboo. Well, I do have a good idea of why they did it, because they don't want us to know that we are spiritual beings, highly evolved beings in this body, and that we have much more power than we may realize. We are much more than we realize. And I don't think they want us to know that, and they don't want us to have the connection to the spiritual realm, is what I think. Oh, yes. Oh, this right here. This right here, I am pretty sure that this is a portal, an interdimensional portal where they can come and go. I really think that is, because these are interdimensional ships. You could say it's chariots, because we really don't know what chariots would look like. When I think of chariots, I think of what they show in the movies, the chariots with the wheels and the horses. But then you have Ezekiel. You know what? I was reading a Psalms this morning. I'm thinking it was Psalms 108. I think it said he rides on the wind. He rides on the clouds. He rides on the clouds and travels in the wind, or travels in the clouds and rides on the winds, is what I read. I thought, you've got to be kidding, because it specifically said that. It was either 108 or 134. I bookmarked it. Something about traveling on the clouds and riding the winds in the air. And I don't know which one it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Well, I think, well, this, you have this story, you have this thing, Enoch walked with God and he was no more because God took him away. And then you have Elisha that went up in a whirlwind. How did that happen? How did he go up in a whirlwind? See, Enoch walked with God and he was no more. God took him away. Where is my laptop? I'm up. No, I'm not looking for my laptop. I'm looking for that Psalms in the Bible. I'm looking for it. I want to find the one because that's important. Because when I read that, he rides on the clouds or travels in the winds. That was important. And I didn't really like to read Psalms because I thought they were like a great big book. Let me flip this around. This has a lot of historical data in it. It does. Let me see that, you all. Yeah, let me see it. There, let me see this. It says, look at this. I was going to point to it. Look at this. Wait a minute. This is in the Psalms. He makes the clouds his chariot and rides on the wings of the wind. He makes winds his messengers, flames of fire his servants. So look at that. That's what really got my attention. He makes the clouds his chariot and rides on the wings of the wind, and he makes the winds his messenger. So that's what I read, and I thought, you've got to be kidding, because you know they say he don't need no ship, but then he coming back in the clouds, and there are ways of traveling in the clouds, you all. Okay, they're not just normal clouds at all. They aren't. Whew. So that would take me back to here. And there may be people who don't want to hear that, but I read that and it caught my attention. It really did. Yes, is what it said. Yes. The Ezekiel says the angels. I haven't really read the book of Ezekiel because it's like is it a minor prophet or a major prophet book? But anyhow, you all, there's something going on in the clouds. There are beings in the clouds. There's beings in the clouds. There's ships in the clouds, and these clouds aren't normal. And I think Table Mountain is like an interdimensional portal also. Yet I think it's a great big massive base. Yeah. Well, if you listen about the cherubims and stuff, they had eyes on their wings. Eyes on their wings. That'd be scary if I saw something like that with eyes all on its wings. Yeah, all of that. Well, I am going to go, but I just wanted to show that, and then that clip that just flicked back in my mind about the clouds and riding on the winds of the clouds. Yeah. Everything. There's so much going on. Oh, you're so very welcome. I am going to go, you all. But this right here, if you live in South Africa and you say, well, I don't see that, you go to the Table Mountain Live webcam and look at this timestamp, if it ain't gone already, and then look at these and ask yourself, are these normal? Yeah, it is far beyond religion, absolutely. Religion is man-made, it really is, but it's far beyond religion, okay? This is spiritual big time, but yet it's real. It really is real. So have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And thank you all. And thank you to my moderators. Love you all too.